So, you think we're live?
I don't know. I think so.
Hey, you guys. if we are live, I think Vicky's going to see if she got notified here.
Live.
Oh, yep, there we are. So, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning, the 8th, I think, and we are rolling into another Facebook Live. It's been kind of a crazy week. It's been busy all week long, and we have you guys to thank for that. So thank you. You keep us hopping. Anyway, we're going to go into our story. Vicky teased about this last Saturday, and I think we just posted it on YouTube yesterday, and got some comments, and we heard at the time that people would love to hear our story. So as boring as it's going to be,
it's not real interesting.
Yeah, you guys might want to just tune out right now because because it's not going to be grab the popcorn and get entertained. We're going to do what give you basically the highlights for what those are.
Every day is a highlight.
Oh boy. But before we do that, I think Vicky's going to come behind the camera, and I'm going to do the SCOTDs, the sign carvers of the day. Get that out of the way, and then we'll start babbling about us,
about life.
Yeah, about our pathetic story. Here we go. Jay Burby, very first sign. This is for his daughter, who is obviously a cheerleader. This is for his, I think, the team that she cheerleads for. So, terrific job, Jay. Love it. Great job, buddy. And I know you've carved more signs since then. Van Devers. This one, that I had to look at the picture pretty close, but there's 4 flags going on there. And he's getting $125 a piece for these. And he delivered them and got an order from a friend for 3 more. So terrific job. That's kind of a neat little niche there. I really like them. A lot of color, a lot of work. Great job, Van. Love it. I think it's Devers or Devers. Van, correct me on that when you get a chance. Just not sure if it's Devers or Devers. Michael Monahan.
Your hand is covering the...
Oops. Covering the box there.
Hi, Diane.
And Michael made this for his wife, for her garden. Really a cool idea. Carving the front of the, what do you call those?
Garden box.
A garden box. Flower box.
Flower box.
Yeah. Diane? You said, hi, Diane?
Diane, Brad and Diane.
Oh, Brad and Di. Hi. Hi, Diana. Bob Carhart. This is... he did this for a neighbor, and or I think he did, but he said his neighbors are keeping him busy making bunches of these. So it's just a matter, guys, when you're making a good product, let people know. But those are our tiki letters, and really a cool looking sign, and nicely done on the layout, doing that double arch thing. I really like that. Great job, Bob. And last, Michael Nuss. Now this had, or it might be news.
Just a little. There you go.
This one has an interesting. This is his second sign ever.
Wow.
He carved his first sign in 9th grade, 47 years ago, and then had forgotten about how much he enjoyed it, and then he came across our channel and started doing it again. And this is the second sign. And there was 47 years in between his first sign and his second sign. But Michael, you definitely have a talent for this, my friend. Very, very nice. I really, really like it. Great job. Cool. All right. Great group of sign carvers of the day.
Brad says hi, but he's having problems with his computer. So.
Hey, Brad. All right. Here comes Vic. You want to make a statement there first? Or
Yes, I do.
Uh-oh.
And I know Bull is not here right now. At least I haven't seen him. But Jason is. So I got an email from Jason this morning. And a while back we did a video. Bull was saying something about maybe going to China. So I told Bull, send me some of those little stacking dolls, those little wood, they go inside of each other. What did he call? I don't know. He called them something. And he was laughing at me and making fun of me because he said they come from Russia. So I got this email this morning from Jason. Thank you, Jason. And it says...
Sorry.
It says... Hi, Vicki. You're going to love this. I was watching a factual quiz program today. They showed the stacking dolls and asked what they are and who invented them. I had to chuckle about this, thinking about your conversation with Bull. They were only invented in China. I was open-mouthed shocked. A company in Russia in the 17th century saw them and made their own version that everyone thinks was the first one. Hope this gives you a laugh. It did, and I will not let Bull forget it.
And Jason is here.
I know.
Oh, terrific. All right.
Okay,
so
don't touch.
We are going to try to make this as brief as possible. So, go. You start.
Mine will be brief. Eric's will not be brief. So, oh gosh, where to start? Born and raised in Manteca. I was the middle child, so I was, neglected. And
where's Manteca?
Oh, Manteca, California. Sorry.
Okay.
I was the middle child. I was the middle daughter, and then we had a little brother too, but he doesn't count. He was a spoiled brat. But went to high school. I was not a good kid. Not good grades.
That's not what you told me.
Very rebellious. Didn't get along with my family, which was all on me.
Pretty much the opposite of me.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
so funny.
He's such a goody-goody. It was, I don't know what happened. But I moved out when I was 18. I moved out, I guess, after I graduated. I was going to quit school, but my mom talked me out of it. Moved out with a roommate, and I worked at Burger King. I was an assistant manager at Burger King. Mm-hmm. And I had a little side. I was an entrepreneur.
That's one way to put it, yeah.
I was an entrepreneur to help pay my rent, which actually I made really good money as doing what I did, selling what I sold.
You better clarify that because they could think a lot of different things.
I sold weed. A lot of it. And I made good money. And then one night, my girlfriend and I were cruising in her Dodge Dart. And we're driving down. You used to be able to cruise down Yosemite Avenue. And we saw this group of guys at the high school parking lot. And they were hollering for us to come over. So we went over there. And I don't know, gosh, what were there, 6 of you or something like that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
And there was this, they were all nice guys and everything, wanted us to go play, I think, miniature golf or something with you.
Who knows?
I don't know. But
I was just
he was like way in the back,
I was
long,
in the back.
scraggly hair. I think was that when were you wearing the shorts and sweats?
I might.
He used to wear,
I don't think I was. I was probably wearing,
He used to wear
bell-bottom
denim cutoff shorts with sweats underneath them and Converse tennis shoes.
Now, to be fair, that was when I was playing football or doing sports, or I didn't wear that
He
out.
wore it all the time. Anyway, so they tried to get us to go out with them, but we had a party that we were having at the apartment, so we didn't go. And then I'll let you tell the other part, and then we'll kind of...
All right. So as far as how I was raised, loving mom and dad. Mom was very loving. Dad was, he was more of a hard authoritarian and kind of old school. And but he always, my number one goal in life was not to disappoint Dad. And if you guys have seen pictures of Dad when he was in his heyday, it was like growing up
Mr. Clean.
with Steve Austin as your dad. That's what he looked like. Anyway, so I was the youngest of 4. All my siblings kind of grew up and moved out. And there was 5 years in between my brother, who was the next youngest and then 5 years, and then me. So there's a pretty good gap between my sisters and my brother and myself. And but had a great childhood growing up in and around in Southern California till I was 8 years old. Then we moved to Northern California, Manteca, and went to school there from 5th, 6th grade on. And and I never really had much use for school. It was a place to go that I had to go, but never really had much use for it. But then at 10 years old, as you guys know, Dad started a business, and man, that was it for me. Once I started making sawdust and fired up that router and actually made something, that was it. And Dad kind of, at that point, kind of instilled in me the dream of what we could do with a business. And man, that was it. That was what I knew I was, what I wanted to do. Whether I was destined to do it, I didn't know, but I knew I loved it. And every day, I just couldn't wait to get out of school so I could go home to the shop. Or, to be honest, Dad was really cool. He didn't force me to do anything. I wanted to do it, but it's almost like he forced me to go out and play with my friends too, because he didn't want me to get burned out. So I played a lot of football and basketball and baseball and all of that. Not organized sports through school, because I couldn't justify the time to go to practices and stuff. I would just play with all the guys out in park. We had a big park, and we'd play out there.
It's funny because one of the guys that he played with out in the park all those years ended up marrying my sister, and they're married.
And we're brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
An awesome guy. I love Jim. So then, kind of just did the kid thing, got through high school, and then a couple years out of high school, that's when we met.
Yeah, I graduated in 80. He graduated in 79. And when we
78.
met... 78.
That's okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry. But, so anyway, when I met him, that first night, they did their thing, we did ours. The next night, that was a Friday night that I met you. A Saturday night...
You were having another party.
We have another party. So him and his buddy came over, Terry. And it was kind of supposed to be like Eric was with my roommate and I was with Terry. And we were playing a drinking game. Do you remember what the drinking game was?
Puff Puff.
Colonel Puff Puff. Have no idea what it was, but at the time that's what it was.
It was a lot of drinking.
A lot of drinking and a lot of drunk.
And a lot of laughing.
Yeah. But then we went to... we drank for a while, and then, of course, drove over to a restaurant, Brawley's.
Don't do that at home,
Don't do that
kids.
at home. We went to Brawley's. We ate, and I had to go into the restroom. And then, as I was coming out of the restroom, Eric was coming out of the boys' bathroom, and there were some signs up on the top of the restrooms. It said men and women, whatever. Yeah. And he was telling me about how he made those signs. And he kissed me.
I did actually make those signs.
Yes, I know.
I just want to make that clear.
He kissed me. And it was like, uh-oh, now what? So from that point on, that was I met him on Friday. He moved in with me on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And he never left.
That's right. Yeah.
So we got married. We met. That was in October.
October of 80.
Of 80.
Yeah.
And then June of 81, we got married. We were supposed to get married on the 6th, but we were getting ready to go to Carson City, Nevada, and his best man was going with us, and his best man's mom decided to give us like a shower, so we went the next day.
Yeah.
And
so we got married on a Sunday.
Yeah, we got married on Sunday and had to go to work on Monday.
And we were back at work on Monday, and we were broke.
I was a respiratory... No, I started respiratory therapy school right after that.
You got fired at Burger King.
I got fired at Burger King. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because this girl that worked for us had this really long blonde hair and a ponytail, and I did not like this chick at all. And I don't know what happened. She pissed me off, and so I doused her in mustard. Got fired.
That's unmanagerial.
Yeah. But her blonde hair was yellow for quite a while. It was awesome. Anyway.
Okay. So then we met. We got married in June of 81. Rachel was born in June of 82. Ryan was born October of '84, and we just tried to figure it out. I was 20 years old. Vicki was 19 when we got married, and we were just trying to figure it out.
I was 18. No, I was 19. You were right. 19. I'm sorry. I turned 19 in December.
And we were just trying to figure it out, and we were broke. I mean, I was constantly working on the vehicles just to try and keep it running. Still run the business, still building the business with Dad, but it was interesting times. You know, I can remember many times we were always looking in the rearview mirror, because if there was a cop that coming up behind us, we had to turn the corner quick, because we never paid our registration on time. That was unheard of. Anyway,
and if we could turn the corner, because the cars were always breaking down, and we always had to get them on the side of the road fixing cars.
Yeah.
We went one time. We went to. We were going up to the hills for something in your.
In my GMC Jimmy.
GMC Jimmy.
Like a Blazer.
Yeah. And it kept overheating. So we pulled over, and he did something, and there was some kind of a valve that was bad, and we didn't know how to fix it. Or we were in the middle of nowhere. But I don't know if you remember the hand soap. It was Lever, and it was in like a foil-coated box. So he took that box apart, and he made himself a valve.
So what it
Not
was...
a valve,
gasket.
Gasket.
So this was a small block Chevy for any of you guys. It was a 350 Chevy, and the thermostat housing, the gasket just blew, and it would get warm, and it would just blow out. And we're out in the middle of nowhere, and we had that box, and I go, well, that's kind of foil. And I remember seeing, so literally I took I never went anywhere without tools. We always had a tool box in the back. Anyway, I made a gasket out of that Lever box, and it worked, and we drove around some more, and then made it home. But yeah, we were constantly... vehicles breaking down, and I was constantly buying small block Chevy engines at the wrecking yard, and spending the weekend swapping engines in, because half the time the small block Chevys they leak oil. Surprise. And Vicki burned up the engine one time because she let it run out of oil.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Anyway,
so that was
what car was that?
That was the GMC.
Oh.
The GMC.
I know.
Yeah.
I bent the tie rod on your.
That was
60,
my 58.
Your
My
58.
58.
Yeah. Hit a curb.
Lots of stories
but
there.
But anyway, so life, happened, and then Eric. I don't want to go into the.
It's up to you. You talk about what you want to.
So my kids moved out, and I had
So we raised our kids.
And Rachel moved across the country. She was married and pregnant, and I was going through weird time.
Insanity.
And so when I went, let's just break it down. Eric and I were separated for a year and a half. We still dated each other, but I lived in an apartment, and Eric lived in the house.
With Ryan. Because Ryan hadn't left yet, but Rachel was starting her own family in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were separated for a year and a half. Again, dating each other, nobody else or anything like that. But until I decided one time, you know what, I don't like this. And so I called him and I said, can't imagine my life without you, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so that was
20 years ago?
Almost 20 years ago, yeah. But anyway, so then we decided to move here sometime after that. But actually, for five years, he kept saying, I'm moving to Arizona. And I would say, well, go. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then finally we came up to visit his dad, and we started talking about it, and I said, well, let's just do it. So
in between, during that time, Dad moved out here to Arizona. That's how we ended up here. Dad's cousin, who's more like a brother, lived here in Golden Valley, where we live now. Not the same property, but in this town. And Dad just got so tired of everything in California. And this was in the 90s.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, 90s. And he just got so tired of it that he couldn't take it anymore. And he was coming out here to see his cousin on a regular basis. And then finally just told me, son, I'm going to Arizona. And we ran the company from 2 different locations.
That was terrible.
It was horrible. But and during that time, once the company didn't split, we still talked every day and we did things, as a company, but from 2 different locations. And it was we got through it, but it wasn't. That was a bad time, not only from a personal standpoint, but from a financial standpoint and from a company standpoint. It was horrible because Dad and I had never really been separated like that, especially trying to run a company.
Okay, let's wind it down.
So I went to work actually in the corporate system for a few years, inside salesperson, and did pretty well there, but it was killing me. And it would either kill me or I would have killed someone. It would not have ended well if I hadn't got out of there.
He had to wear a suit and tie.
Yeah, I got out of there, fortunately, but I don't regret it. Ooh, that hurt. And anyway, so shortly after that, I said, I was coming out here because Dad was already out here for like 10 years before we moved out. And I realized Dad was kind of struggling out here, not business wise, but he just he didn't really believe much in cleaning up and keeping things sanitary and all that. So I was coming out once a month by myself and spending the weekend cleaning the place and doing the dishes, taking the trash out, going to the dump and all that.
I think your dad waited till you got here for dishes to be done.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
anyway, kidding. So and then shortly after that,
a single bunny rabbit.
And so shortly after that, I started looking at real estate out here, and the market was actually really good at that point in California.
Everything crashed.
And we really say that I approached Vicki with, I would love to move to the desert. And finally Vicki's mind kind of opened, and she said, well, let's check it out. Let's see. So we kind of planned it, and we said, if this is going to happen, like 6 or 7 things have to all correlate in order for us to move to the desert. And that's why we say really it was a God thing, because
it was like boom, boom, boom. Everything fell into
just
place.
Fell right into line. We sold our house at the height of the market, and then came out here, bought this place. It was one of the best things we ever did. It was really hard to move away from Ryan because, as much as I wanted to be back with Dad, then the separation from Ryan. But Ryan was growing his family, doing his thing, so we moved to the desert, and
we could keep going. But
yeah,
that's right. Jess just said, "I love how animals distract you."
Yeah,
it's like, look, a chicken.
What is that Nemo character?
Dory.
It's
funny. I used to work for a school in Bullhead City, and I worked with the special ed kids, the preschool special eds, and we would pick up this one little boy. Oh my gosh, he was so cute. And every day he would say, we'd be talking, and he'd go, look, a chicken. Baka! So I do that all the time.
Okay, so that leads us into coming out here, getting the business back together, getting things on track. That's when I talked Dad into starting this silly YouTube thing, and we kind of had a vision of what it could be. And then the best thing the best thing we ever did to grow our business was bring her home from work. And that was hard. It was difficult to do. It was like an 18 to 24 month plan, literally, that I was doing everything I could to get our finances to the point where we could bring her home from work.
You did that all by yourself?
No, but I'm the one that kind of...
Calm down, big fella.
Anyway,
calm yourself.
Anyway, it was hard. I was working a lot of hours in Oatman and doing everything we could to try and make enough and trim the budget to the point where we could bring her home. And we haven't looked back. The business has grown extensively
Thanks to you guys.
Well, yeah, thanks to you guys, but thanks a lot to this one right here, because she really freed me up to do what I needed to do, because up until she came home, you guys know I was answering the phone. Dad and I were processing orders. We were doing it all. And when Vicki came home, it was like crazy productive. Now I can really focus and concentrate, and that's why I shut down the opening operation, because I just didn't have time to go up there anymore. And again, thanks to you guys for
I thought that was gonna, I don't know, I thought it was gonna fall. Okay, we got to wrap it up. We could keep talking all day long, but
all right, wind us up.
Anyway, guys, that's basically our story. We've gone through stuff. Everybody goes through stuff, but I guess the reason we kind of did this was everybody has a story. And again, that's just the basics of our story. We're not going to go into other stuff. We could be here all day, but and it kind of leads into what Eric wants to do with the Zoom. Having people get out there and tell their story, and that's kind of why we led with this. Everybody has a story. And people like to hear the story, as long as it's not a negative doom and gloom. Everybody loves to hear a story. So if you guys have a story and you would like to be on a Zoom meeting with Eric that we can put on the channel, we would love for you to get in touch with Eric. And
it's funny, John says one of the first videos I watched was where Vicki said she wasn't going to get in front of the camera.
I've grown.
I kind of pushed her into that, and I will say that I kind of saw this coming. If you look a lot of YouTubers and Instagrammers, especially in the maker community, a lot of them now are showing their wives, showing their kids, showing that stuff. And I will say that I was fortunate to get Vicki in front of the camera and kind of be ahead of that curve. I knew that there would be a population of people that would rather see both of us than just me and Dad all the time. So anyway, so bottom line, we're going to get out of here because we got things to do, and I know you guys do too. Thank you for watching and putting up with us. And send Eric your, if you're interested, and don't write your story and send it into him, because that's not going to get you on camera. But, for prosperity, for your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, YouTube or the Internet's going to be around for a long time, Lord willing. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that's about it. You guys have a great weekend. No, Dave's not asleep. He's out working. Yeah, Dad got a good night's sleep. He's out there working right now. It was funny.
After the live last night, he got up, went into his room, and I thought he was just going to, do something. And I was waiting for him because I had a question. And I walked past his room. He was on his bed. He was out. So, Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for putting up with us. And
that's a great idea, Tessa. Tessa said next weekend we should get to ask you questions.
Who?
Tessa says that. Ask us questions.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
All right, we'll do it. Tessa, you're on. So next Saturday, we will be on here, even though I think we're going to be in California.
Yeah, we'll be in California, but that's
all
right.
We'll do it, and you guys can ask us questions. So absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I'll be at my sister's. I'm spending the night with my sister.
Well,
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll be there somehow.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you later. I'm going to go over there.
Good night, Diana and Brad.
Bye, guys.
We're off to bed. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks for putting up with us. Thanks for everything. We love you all. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.